Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this video. My name is Vanessa. If you're new to my channel, today we are going to be talking about some funny questions Ghanaians ask me about Nigeria as a Nigerian living in Ghana. For my other video where I made talking about some weird questions Nigerians ask me about Ghana and Ghana since I've been back in Nigeria, I had a lot of comments like this, people requesting, oh, make one about Ghana also in part 2. Oh, we want a part 2 and part 3. I said, okay, I'm going to make part 2 and part 3 by the side. Or if I make the part 2 and part 3 of the weird questions Nigerians ask me about Ghana, it was only fair I make one about the questions Ghanaians they ask me in Ghana about Nigeria and about Nigerians. These are really very funny questions. We obviously love this series, so we're going to be doing a lot of them. And like I said, these series are just like a series of videos that we'll be learning about ourselves and correcting some misconceptions. So I have a lot of videos planned. Basically, I'm always saying I have a lot of videos planned because I have a lot of them filmed already, street version of them. I'm working on editing, so I'm like, okay, I'll be doing this one, I'm putting them in between. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But before we get into all of that, as always, if this is your first time on my channel and you're just seeing my face for the very first time, you've not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and joining our ever-growing family. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. And if you are a returning viewer and you've not subscribed yet, Chalet, Passion, please, if you have not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. The subscribe button is here and it's very free. Now use it. Yes, okay. I'm literally always speaking Igbo that I don't understand. Let's get straight into today's video. So like I said, we're talking about some funny questions some Ghanaians ask me about Nigeria as a Nigerian living in Ghana. Most of these questions are actually from my taxi ride. I think somehow I have a very fun relationship with all my taxi drivers, like Uber drivers in both places, both in Ghana and Nigeria. Basically, I love striking this whole weird conversation. We laugh throughout the journey because I really do not want to be in a 2-hour or 1 hour, even a 5 minutes drive with people pretending to be what you're not. So I literally always have these amazing conversations with them. I think most of them, especially the Ghanaian ones, when they notice I'm Nigerian because of my accent, it's actually easy to pick out my accent in Nigeria, like in Ghana, like very easy to pick out. Oh, she's Nigerian. We know our accent a lot, so they're like, oh, he's Nigerian. And then we just pick up some conversations. Some of these questions are from my friends in Ghana. People like literally, the first time I met them, the questions they asked me about Nigeria and about Nigerians. And these are general questions Ghanaians literally like asking about Nigeria and Nigerians, basically. So, disclaimer as always. Before we start, we know how we do on this channel. There are lots of people who are always in their feelings. If you're looking for like a channel where you come and you propagate the whole hate or whatever, my channel is not the channel for that. My channel will talk about positive things here. We are literally positive minded people, bridging the gap, changing the narrative and all of that. So whatever I say here, these are basically from my own experiences. They're not like the general of everyone experiences or questions they ask everyone in Ghana. So yeah, this is all that we're going to be talking about. So let's get into it. I think number one is really, I'm going to start it very easy. This one, it's really funny because most time when they ask me, I'm like, I don't know. I think out of 10 taxi drivers, I think 8 they've asked me these particular questions. Okay, maybe if I say 8 is like exaggerating a bit, but you get what I'm saying. Like majority of them, they ask me this question: why do Nigerians love living their country? I think it's mostly because there are lots of Nigerians in Ghana. I think there are about some, I don't know how many Nigerians there are in Ghana, basically, but I know there are lots of Nigerians in Ghana. And they basically want to know why we like running away from our country. Like, why do Nigerians like leaving their country? Why do Nigerians like, they start telling me about the Nigerians in Ghana, how there's a lot of Nigerians in Ghana. I'm like, how will I know that? And the only reason they think a lot of Nigerians like leaving their country is because we literally are the most populated black nation in the world. Like, ignore my dog. Like, there are a lot of Nigerians everywhere. In Nigeria alone, there are 200 million plus Nigerians. So of course, we're going to see a lot of Nigerians everywhere because we're too many for this country. Plus, Nigeria, I think Nigerians are a bit more, a bit very adventurous. We like going outside our home. Yeah, we literally like going outside our home. And the only reason we are always like discovered in any place we are is because there are a lot of Nigerians. There are usually more Nigerians. I don't know how to put it, but it's easy to pick us out because if 10%, if like 1% of Nigeria, 1% of Nigeria population is in any country, you will notice them, even if it's 0.5, because that's a lot of people. 0.5% of Nigerian population is a lot of people basically. So if like 0.5% of them are in your country, you will notice them. And another thing is Nigerians are a bit very loud. When they have to notice, so like you'd see them, which means number two. Number two is they ask me why are Nigerians so loud. I don't know. I think we're actually very loud. We're like Nigerians. I think Nigerians are like the extroverts of Africa. How will I even put that? We are naturally very loud. People from the quiet ones, because personally for me, I'm an introvert. I am really very quiet, but I can get loud. I know I can get loud. Like I can be in a place and I'm talking, you can easily pick out my voice that, oh, she's Nigerian. Like everywhere. So it's not like we don't like talk aggressively, but we are pretty loud people. So they aren't scared. Oh, why are Nigerians so loud? I'm like, how am I even supposed to answer that question? Am I supposed to say we're born loud? We're not like, to us Nigerians, we're not loud, right? We're like normal, regular people. But when we blend in countries where they're a bit calmer than us, it tends to like, our loudness tends to be noticed more. So that's why they think the insurance so that. So they asked me that. I think most of these questions are literally questions where I really do not have answers to. And another thing they like to know is about our Nigerian soups. Why our Nigerian soups so thick? Because they literally said, oh, the Nigerian soups are stewed, they're not soups. So when they asked me this, I'm like, what are you saying? Like, they said, oh, soups are supposed to be light, consistency, all the Nigeria. They'll always say that till they taste the soup. Like, there was one who is not like a family friend to me. The first time he was like, oh, Nigerian soups are this. Then I make egusi soup. And literally, he got stuck on that. Like, I still make egusi soup for him till tomorrow, like egusi and then okra stew and ogbono. He actually liked those one. You think that the soups are weird because you've not tasted them. Really, go and taste them. You like them. I think it's the same way we think the Ghanaian soups are a bit weird, they will taste them. I used to say, oh, light soup is like regular pepper soup in Nigeria. We eat it with yam, we eat it with fish, pepper like that, and you just drink it like that. Oh, they're not supposed to like swallow with it until I tasted. I'm like, oh, this is really nice. So it's like the same thing because they've not tasted it. They think our soups are weird and they want to like ask me. I'm like, make fun of me, but that like, well, the soup so thick. I'm like, I don't know. That's the consistency we grew up eating, and we're actually very used to that. And then they asked me about cultures, like literally. I think most of this one is because of the Nigerian movie. I think a lot of Nigerian movies centered around the Igbo culture and the Yoruba culture alone, and then few Hausa in between. And so because they watched a lot of Nigerian movies that show them just this culture, they assume those are there, and then they want to ask you some things about those Igbo culture or Yoruba culture that I actually know nothing about because I'm not Yoruba. I think there was an instance. There's this my friend. She's a northern Ghanaian lady. I met her in a salon. I think she's in one of my videos where I was making braids in Ghana. If you go down, you will see it. I think the first time we met, the questions she asked me was about Hausa. Basically, she wanted to know how the Nigerian Hausas and Fulanis are. That was the day I actually discovered that the Nigerian Hausa and the Ghanaian Hausa, they are very, very similar. Like, they even speak alike. And that was actually the day I knew they have Fulanis in Ghana also. Like, what? So we started talking about some of these things. He was now asking me some things about Hausa. Then I told her that I really do not know because I did not know. And she was not telling me about some similarities between the two Hausas and the Islamic beliefs, how Nigerians they're a bit more extremist than they are and the rest of that. I literally learned a lot from her. That was when we struck up that conversation and we became quite close. Yeah, and really funny to me that she knew a lot more about the Hausa culture than I did, obviously, as a Nigerian. Maybe because she's Hausa, she's an Hausa lady, but she's a Ghanaian Hausa lady in Accra. Yeah. Then another question I get asked randomly a lot is maybe when I go to like public place or salon or anything, and I'm like, we get talking, and then I'm not speaking English. Literally, this has not happened once. This has not happened twice. As now it happened a lot to me in Ghana. They'll be like, "Ah, you speak very good English for in Nigeria." I'm like, what do these people think we speak in Nigeria again? Do they think we have like a central language to speak? I think it's kind of the same misconception we have about Ghana, where we think everybody in Ghana will be speaking English, phonetics everywhere on the streets of Ghana. And then we'll get to Ghana, we'll discover that they actually have a central language. Yeah, from my other video, I think some people said, some people thought I meant Tree is the general language of Ghana. No, I said it's like a central language that's more spoken in Accra. I didn't say it was a language being spoken everywhere. I discovered that there were a lot of people who got like, oh, that's not the only language. I am this, I am that. We do this also. I'm really sorry about that if you misunderstood or misunderstood what I said. It wasn't what I said. I actually said in Accra, that is the language that's most dominant. That's Tree and Ga. And I think I'll correct some of those things and make them more, how will I put it, more understandable to every other person. So in my next video, I'll be talking about Ghanaian facts with Joy, because we are making part 2 of that video. Literally will be correcting some of those facts. I just want to touch on that very quickly. Yeah, so they're like, oh, you speak very good English for in Nigeria. I'm like, what? We all speak English in Nigeria. English is the only way we can communicate amongst ourselves in Nigeria, because we're literally an Anglophone country, and we're a multicultural country. We don't have a central language or a language that's very like spoken everywhere like trees in Ghana. We actually communicate amongst ourselves with English, because like me now, in my state alone, we have about 5 to 6 different languages. So if I cannot communicate in your language to you, the only language I can communicate to you is in English. So I'm like surprised when they like ask me, oh, you speak very good English for in Nigeria. I'm like, we all speak English in Nigeria, mostly pidgin, because we like pidgin a lot in Nigeria. Yeah, we speak pidgin English a lot, but we actually communicate everyday life in Nigeria. Like, it's very like more you hear English more on the street of Nigeria than in most countries, basically, because English is like our most spoken language in Nigeria, unless we're talking among ourselves. Basically, that's why I'm with someone that's from my tribe. We're obviously going to speak one language and pidgin English and some English in between, but we literally all speak English. So when they ask me that you speak very good English for in Nigeria, I'm really very surprised that they actually think we don't speak English in Nigeria. Which is why I'm always saying we don't know much about ourselves, and we're like neighbors, like closest neighbors or distant cousins. What? I don't know. So we like speak, I'm like, oh yeah, we speak very good English in Nigeria. We speak English in Nigeria. And then this one, I think this one is mostly because of the way we Nigerians, we always talk about the electricity in Ghana. And you know one thing about Nigeria is we were not really scared of saying, oh, this is what is in my country and this is what this is in my country. So they literally want to ask me about electricity, and the question is usually like, is the electricity situation in Nigeria that terrible? I'm like, do you really want to know? You want me to like how will I even put it, justify your, oh, Nigerians don't have lights, we really do not have light, but why are you asking me? You know already, why are you asking me? This situation is really that terrible. So I'm like, I don't know. Then there is this one they ask me a lot. Not even a lot. I think about 3 to 5 taxi drivers have asked me this. I think the first time I went to Osu, I was going to Osu for street in Osu to make content in Osu, because I have some Osu content on my channel. If you want to see them, you can go and see them. The taxi driver was like, oh, this one is a bit embarrassing. I don't even know why I'm laughing. I think they think every girl every Nigeria girl in Ghana is going for one illegality. They're like, you know what to do. So you feel like, why a lot of Nigerian girls, or why Nigerian girls doing this? I'm usually like, girls do that everywhere in the world, and they are not just Nigerians. They are Nigerians first years, but they are ashawos basically. They are ashawos from every country also. And if you go to those places where those girls they work or they also, I don't even know what they call them, if it is work or hustling or whatever they call them. They are definitely not only Nigerians there. Okay, they are Nigerians there because it's Ghana, but there are other nationalities there also. Like, why are you asking me? It's really embarrassing when they ask me that question. And most times I tend to just laugh about it because I really do not want to like get offended over some things and get defensive. And then I can easily become, oh, she's Nigerian, she's rude. So I usually just laugh. I'm like, how am I supposed to answer that question of why Nigerian girls are coming to Ghana to do what you think they are doing? I think it's quite insensitive when you ask a Nigerian like that question, and a Nigerian girl for that matter. I think it's a bit presumptuous, like, oh, because I'm Nigerian, what do you want me to say? Like, what do you want me to say? And then another thing they ask me is if I've had the Ghanaian jollof. They don't ask me that because they want to know if I have like tried their food. They ask me that because I'm Nigerian, and they actually want me to say, oh yes, so I have tried this jollof, and oh, Nigerian jollof is terrible. Your jollof is better. They really want to know if I think, or maybe I will say, oh, I hate this Ghanaian jollof, and then it will turn to like a heavy discussion or raise voices of, oh, your own jollof is terrible, and they will not show, oh, your own jollof is terrible, things like that. So when I'm like, oh yes, I actually like it, I like your jollof and the rest, then they ask me which one do you prefer. I'm like, Charlie, I'm never going to tell you I prefer your jollof over mine. Like, I'm Nigerian, everybody's mother's soup is like the best. Nobody goes to school when we're in primary school and say, oh, my mother has the worst food. No, everybody's mother's soup is the best. So you're Ghanaian, your Ghanaian jollof is the best. I'm Nigerian, my Nigerian jollof is the best. I think most time when we do these things with this whole jollof thing, we tend to forget that there is someone else involved in this jollof battle. We Ghanaians and Nigerians, we just tend to like conclude it's just us involved in it. So we just like ask about ourselves. Okay, what about Liberia? Like, we usually forget that there is Liberian jollof also. Yes, which is very bad on our side. I mean, the Nigerians and the Ghanaians are always going at ourselves, asking about our jollof. Liberia jollof, do you like that one? Let's talk about it. Okay, honestly, I've not tasted the Liberian jollof. I don't know how it is. But I think I'm going to try and do that very soon, so I can even know the whole jollof, because they might all be the same thing. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Nigerian jollof and the Ghanaian jollof is the same thing. It's the grain of the rice that are actually different. I think the Ghanaians, they have tiny grains. Their grains are smaller than ours, and sometimes they use this perfume rice for it, but they will come from my pronunciation and your accent as a Nigerian. They use this perfume, that's this center. I don't know, it's rice for it. Sometimes then their grain of rice is usually very tiny. We Nigerians, our grain of rice are huge. We like big rice. So really, that is the difference between the jollof. But we not go green, we kill ourselves for that jollof matter. And so, like I always say, sometimes the jollof argument is fun. We laugh about it. I did one video where we talked about jollof on when I was filming, and it was just vibe and laughing between Nigerians and Ghanaians. It was really fun. I like it when it's like that. We make just like that. We throw, we say, oh no, oh no. But when it's becoming too serious and people are like taking, I'm like, I do not even want to be involved in this conversation. Then they ask me, I think this one, they think Nigerians actually do not. Maybe some Nigerians do not love their country because they like traveling a lot and living in other places. Like I said, there are a lot of Nigerians in Nigeria. We like going out, yes, but even 10% of us, if we go to any country, we notice also they are not even up to 10% of Nigerians outside Nigeria. Okay, I think they might be up to 10%, but I know there are a lot of Nigerians basically. One thing people don't know about Nigerians is a lot of Nigerians living in these countries, not just in Ghana, because they're not parting to Ghana alone. Because I don't know why they think Nigerians don't like Nigeria. Nigerians actually like Nigeria a lot, but we like visiting other places too. A lot of those Nigerians in other countries working living there, doing their life. They have houses, they have businesses in Nigeria. They like coming home and investing and everything. So see, December like this, most Nigerians they come home. So people that usually assume Nigerians don't like Nigerians. One thing about Nigerians, we're always going to say our government is shit. When the government is shit, we're not afraid to say that. We're not like very pretentious people. We like saying things the way it is. But that whole misconception of why don't Nigerians love Nigerians because we don't live in, we like visiting other places is really wrong, because I've been back home. Like the video I posted yesterday, where I was showing my life in Nigeria versus Ghana. Like there are a lot of clips. People were like, oh, you're more careful in Nigeria. But because I love my country. Like I do. Like I said, everything I'm saying is from my own perspective. We do love our country, and I love Ghana also. But I love Ghana never actually means that I do not love my country. That's a very wrong misconception, and that is why we keep doing this whole, I love Nigeria and I love Ghana also, and it's okay that I love both countries. It's not something to be ashamed of. And then they asked me about terrorism. I think because they think there's Boko Haram everywhere in Nigeria, and there is kidnapping everywhere in Nigeria, and maybe in Nigeria we go about dodging bullets, doing this, because there are lots of things on the media these days about Nigeria, and I do not blame them for that whole thing, because I think we like showing just the horrible things happening, which is why these days on YouTube, when we like talk about only good things about different countries in Africa on YouTube, I'm really loving those series. It's really a wrong misconception. Most time when they ask me about those things, I know next to nothing about it, because like I said, I live in a different region where these things do not happen. So what do I tell you about Boko Haram? I know exactly what you knew from the news also. So I know nothing about those things. Those things do not happen everywhere. Nigeria is a very populated country. It's very vast and very large. Some things happen in some certain places. It don't mean they happen everywhere in Nigeria. So when they ask me that, sometimes I do not even have an answer for that. I'm like, oh God, no. Another thing is they ask me about Momo. So like, this one is most time when I'm using when maybe I'm at a merchant and I'm like, oh, Charlie, I want to cash out, or Charlie, I want to deposit. We just like talking, because I just see people a lot in Ghana. I don't know why. I think most times people expect Nigerians to be rude, and when they meet me particularly, and I'm not like the way they expect, they like strike up conversation, and we like laughing, and we not ask questions. Oh, people have Momo in Nigeria? I'm like, I think there's Momo in Nigeria, but it's not like the way it is in Ghana. I think in Nigeria we're very cashless society. There are lots of POS in every shop you go to. We use ATM a lot. I think we use our ATM the way you use your mobile money in Ghana. So there are lots of banks and a lot of ATM, different access to ATM. So we use our ATM more than we. So really, there's nothing. Momo, there might be Momo. There is, because at the MTN they send those rate for mobile money, but it's not really the way it is in Ghana. We don't use it a lot in Nigeria. We use our ATM. And then they ask me why the Nigerians like money, because they actually assume we like money a lot, especially the Nigerian girls. I'm like, you maybe something that I ever assume this. They've never even dated a Nigerian girl before. They literally just think, and like I said, those Nigerian movies, they're not doing well for us. So they're like doing a whole lot more harm than good for us, basically. They literally assume we all like money a lot. I'm like, okay, yes, we like money, and we like like working for money a lot. Nigerians are literally hustlers, but it's not like, why does Nigerian like money like we wake up and we breathe in money, like we wake up, all our thought is, oh, hush. And all our thought is money. If I continue this whole video, this will be way too long. Maybe we'll make another version of this, because this has gotten way too long. There are a lot of questions Ghanaians they ask me about Nigerians and Nigerian living here, and some of them are very funny. So let's end this video here. If you want a part 2, let me know, and I'll make a part 2 for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're here and still watching, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.